Hello, all you crypto aficionados, and we got some news for you today. Sad news, a lot of lawmakers signed a big anti-crypto letter, and it was spearheaded by none other than Elizabeth Warren, one of the ancient enemies of crypto. Yes, we can't vote her out because her district's like way too safe, but there were over 100 congressmen that signed it. And many of these congressmen actually had pro-crypto voting records before. Obviously, the big pro-crypto components like Patrick McHenry, Cynthia Lummis. Patrick McHenry, by the way, could actually be Speaker of the House soon, did not sign it. But it seems like because of the Hamas attack, anti-crypto proponents have been getting some support, even from some people that were even pro-crypto before. Obviously, this is kind of like a BS excuse because the one thing that funds Hamas the most is actually the US dollar. And obviously, they're not going to make US dollars illegal. That would be dumb. But I mean, like, Hamas did say themselves they actually stopped using crypto even before this attack in April of last year. So, like, yes, it might have funded them some in the past. It's not their main source of funding. And I think they are just looking for ways to take down crypto. Not really because of this, but because of whatever other reason that they don't like crypto. I don't understand why, but they must have their reason for not liking crypto. So the letter was dated October 17th, and it was addressed to Janet Yellen, obviously, and of course, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan. And they cited a news article that claimed Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad raised over $130 million in crypto donations between August and June 2023. Obviously, there is going to be some bad uses for crypto. That's completely unavoidable, and I understand that you would want to bring that down, but throwing out the baby with the bathwater is not the way to do it. Crypto has way more legitimate uses than illegitimate uses, and the vast majority of the transactions is not supporting terrorism. Just like a vast majority of USD transactions is not supporting terrorism as well. But they really want to make in this point that they are supporting terrorism with crypto because they have their other agenda in wanting to take down crypto, whether for bankers or not. They said that the deadly attack on Hamas on Israeli civilians comes as the group has become one of the most sophisticated crypto users in the terrorist finance domain, clarifies the national security threat crypto poses to the US and our allies. It continued, as Congress considers legislative proposals designed to mitigate crypto money laundering and illicit finance risks, we urge you to swiftly and categorically act to meaningfully curtail illicit crypto activity. No doubt that Gary Gensler might actually use this as an excuse to deny the Bitcoin ETF, even though he's technically saying the SEC is working on it after losing his ass off on a lot of those lawsuits. He's definitely going to cash in on this particular excuse. I think the most troubling thing about this is that there's 100 senators or 100 congressmen that actually signed it. And unfortunately, that gives them a lot of weight. The letter had signatures from active anti-crypto legislators. That's not a surprise at all. But it also had like 100 people that, well, it had like several dozen people that previously were pretty positive on crypto. So the Hamas attack definitely has turned some of the sentiment around. So, like, they're saying we are closely monitoring now how Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad use virtual assets to raise and move funds, and the Treasury will continue to establish transparency in the virtual asset ecosystem in order to combat illicit activity by criminals, rogue states, and terrorist financiers. Of course, I do think this is just another excuse for them to come down hard on crypto because they've run out of other excuses. There's really nothing else that actually would let them attack crypto, and they're looking for anything possible. So basically, U.S. Treasury sanctions Gaza-based crypto operator allegedly tied to Hamas on crypto. Find out how about terrorist organizations used to buy cash money for fund transfers. But the main thing in it is actually cash, and cash is actually used to finance this a lot more than crypto. But obviously, they're not going to come down on cash because cash is near impossible to track unless it's like digital, which a lot of the Hamas stuff is not. Bitcoin, Hamas actually said they stopped using Bitcoin because Bitcoin is on the blockchain and it is trackable. So obviously Elizabeth Warren definitely has other motivations for trying to take down crypto that has actually nothing to do with terrorism. It's just her own political agenda, like Gary Gensler against crypto, and they're going to try to spin this to make crypto look really bad, and they might be successful in doing so, which is very, very sad. So the lawmakers actually like signing an anti-crypto letter, very bad news for the industry. And it seems like sentiment is turning against crypto right now in the lawmaking field, which could actually trigger bad legislation. But if Patrick McHenry actually gets the House, I think that will be denied because I don't think he will let many of those things pass. So, the spot ETF could actually add $1 trillion to crypto's market cap. I think it can actually add a lot more, especially in a bull market with upward pressure. This is with basically from, I think, Crypto Quant. They're saying that the spot ETF could add $1 trillion to crypto market cap if the ETF is approved. I think in the bear market, maybe it could double crypto's price. In a bull market, it could do a lot more. And they're saying like Bitcoin will become a $900 billion asset. I think that's really lowballing for Bitcoin being a $900 billion asset, being the index of all crypto. Right now, it's $553 billion right now. So basically, so essentially with spot Bitcoin ETFs, like we know that the SEC is going to have to accept them sooner or later because they're losing all these lawsuits. We just don't really know when the SEC is actually going to approve them. And that does give us a lot of trouble. I mean, BlackRock has said 150 billion to 250 billion in terms of like money inflows to crypto. And remember, it's not like each dollar of inflow equals $1 market cap increase. It actually works a lot more than that, especially after you break the resistances. And I think like it's going to raise it several $1 trillion in a bull run because you already have the retail buying pressure coming in a bull run. And then you have the extra $150 million a day in buying pressure from the ETF funds. Yes, there will be people shorting, but there will also be people longing as well. There's always like a lot of give and take in the secondary market. So I wouldn't really look too much to the secondary market. The institutional adoption is going to be huge, and that'll push crypto at least up 1 or 2 trillion. Plus the retail FOMO that's going to come in is going to push it up a couple more trillion. That's why I'm thinking like, $8 to $10 trillion for the next bull run. I know a lot of you are thinking 5 or 6, but I'm actually thinking 8 to 10 trillion because the 8 to 10 trillion dollars. I mean, I really do think that because the last market cap for the crypto bull run was 3 trillion, I think it'll be about 3 times that. Yes, we don't really have the stimuluses to drive the bull run this time, but we won't also have the inflation problem bringing us down this time as well. So I think it's going to be about the same as the last bull run, and the last bull run essentially tripled. So I do actually think this bull run is going to be somewhere between 120 and 180, slightly less than triple for Bitcoin. But that would put Bitcoin way above $1 trillion. And I think Bitcoin's dominance, despite that, is actually going to drop in the overall crypto market. So that's why I think the thing is like it's going to be a past 5 trillion, past 6 trillion, going to be closer to 10 trillion. I'm really hoping that I am actually right about this. So I think Crypto Quant is a little bit off. I think the effect of the Bitcoin ETF will actually raise the market cap of Bitcoin by more than $1 trillion because there is going to be a bull run going on. There's going to be other retail people FOMOing in because of this. And I just think that overall, they're very, very much underestimating the value of what a crypto bull run can do. So that is my opinion on that. And Roblox has actually denied Bitcoin and XRP payment methods because there was like stories that are saying that they're going to accept Bitcoin and XRP through X payroll, but that is true, but they're not like taking those kinds of payments. So Roblox said they're not adopting XRP or Bitcoin after virtual BitPay tweet spreads misinformation. So this was another piece of misinformation regarding adoption. I think they're taking a cue from the fake ETF information and they're making their own information in an attempt to try to pump a coin. This was not successful, obviously, in pumping either Bitcoin or XRP. So the thing is this news and obviously the fake screenshot news of JP Morgan and BlackRock actually saying that they something like hold 7.5% of their assets in XRP. That was already fake as well. I think people and influencers are getting really, really desperate and they're basically just making up screenshots, trying to convince people that like Bitcoin, XRP, or whatever coin they like is going to go way, way up. But this is actually fake news. Roblox themselves have actually denied it, that they're actually accepting any kind of crypto payments at all. I don't think they really want anything to do with it. I'm not really sure why. I do actually think they should accept it though. And obviously they're saying like Xsola is not affiliated with BitPay claims. So obviously fake news, not good for the industry, got people excited, but now is letting people down. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.